Alright, Jaguars and fans of Catfish the TV show. Ralph Jaguar is here back again with another epic installment of Catfish the Review, the mini review series on YouTube that is following and critiquing the episodes of Catfish the TV show for the second season. And you all know this. And of course, Catfish the Review is brought to you by Ralph J. Images, the copyright protected brand name that is bringing to you the many great web series and web shows. And you know what? I know that almost the whole freaking planet is really following this web series right here. You're all watching this because you're really interested in Catfish the TV show. And a lot of people, a whole lot of people, are watching Catfish the Review. And I do appreciate that. Thank you. But I would also like for you to watch the other web series that are brought to you by Ralph J. Images. You know, like The Epic Females of Ralph's Universe, starring Sarah the Easy Diva. That's another good one. And also check out RJ Comics 100. Okay, I know we've had just a little bit of a problem with that web series right there, but don't worry, that will be addressed later. And of course, Ralph's Universe, the reboot. And you know we can't forget about that one. But right now, welcome to Catfish the Review. Okay? Well, I'm not going to sit here and run my mouth about it. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, Jaguars, as you can see here, you know, last Tuesday was a very special episode of Catfish the TV show. It was the mid-season reunion. You know, other reality shows and documentaries really don't do this. But Catfish the TV show, you know, staff decided to do this. Well, why? It's real simple. This is a really big show right here. And it's really sweeping not the country, but the whole world. The way I see it. Because that's how much of a hit that this show has become. And as you can see right here, you know, the reunion special, well, the mid-season reunion special, I might add, is being hosted by this lady right here, this good-looking lady right here. I'm gonna try to pronounce her name. It's Suchin Pak. That's right, Pak is hosting the show here. And of course, we got the two stars right here, Nev and Max. That's right, the infamous two. I call them the online PI team. Okay, let me tell you about the show, alright? Now, this show right here is being watched by a whole lot of people. I mean, almost everyone is talking about this show. And even on social media. Let me tell you, here every week, Catfish, the TV show, is the third most watched social show. And also, Catfish, the TV show, has over 75 trending topics on Twitter. I mean, just look at all this. Oh yeah, this is definitely epic, Jaguars. Because I'm telling you, this is really big. Hell, not even big. This is gigantic, you know. And Pak here, you know, she likes to call and refer to Max and Nev as the Catfish investigating team. Of course, you all know that I call them the online PI team, but this works too. The Catfish investigating team. And you all watch the show. I mean, I don't have to sit here and praise Nev and Max. You all watch the show and you know that they always do an epic job here. And you know, as the reunion show started out, you know, Nev and Max talked to Pak, and you know, and she asked the question, why is this show so big and what was so hard about it? Well, it's real simple, you know. As Max already put it, you know, because the reason why it's not so easy this time around, because all the catfishers out there, you know, people who pretend to be other people to wield other people into online relationships, are now starting to up their game, as Max calls it, and try, you know, different stuff, because they know that, you know, well, Max says that, you know, once the person does not video chat or they don't call, then he feels like it's obvious that the person is not who they say they are. So basically it's that they're finding new tricks. And okay, that's one good way of putting it. And I have to tell you, you know, I think that Suchin Pak did a real good job of hosting this show, you know, asking some good questions. Okay. Alright, yeah, and this was a very good reunion special. Now, I'm sure that you've all seen reunion shows before of other reality TV shows and documentaries on TV. You know, a reunion, just like any other reunion show, last Tuesday's, you know, mid-reunion show of Catfish, the TV show, was supposed to, you know, bring back the previous guest and see where they are now and how they're all doing. You know, just to reflect on a lot of things. And that's what they're doing here. Talking to past guests and, you know, see what their thoughts and feelings are now. And I gotta tell you, I was very anxious to see, you know where everybody would be by now, because I'm following this show and I'm reviewing it, and hot damn, it has been one heck of a ride. Oh yeah. So what I want to do right now is go ahead and start talking about the previous couples that were on the reunion show, okay, and tell you what I think about them. Okay, let's talk about the story of Cassie and Steve. Now, you remember these two, right? On the very first episode of Catfish, the TV show for the second season. You know, this is a story where Cassie met a guy online on Facebook who went by the name of Steven. But before that happened, you know that Cassie's dad had passed away. You know, a very tragic, you know, situation. And Steven basically saved her because Cassie was basically wilding out. I mean, that's just one way of putting it. But and you know, they talked so much, and you know, they fell in love with each other, and but yet they have not met in person, okay? And even though they didn't meet in person, Cassie went ahead and asked, Steven to marry her, and Steven said yes. And then after some time passed after that, they still could not meet in person. So that's why Cassie went ahead and called in Nev and Max to come in, do their thing, to see what's going on. I mean, you all watched the show. You know what happened. Nev and Max did their investigation and found out that Gladys actually created Steven, quote unquote. And the whole thing was a sham and a scam put together. And the whole time that Cassie she thought that she was talking to Steven, she was really talking to Gladys's cousin. And as you saw on the show, both Gladys and Cassie broke down, and their friendship really was put to the test. So now, about some time later, they both came on the reunion show, and they say that they are friends, but not as close as they used to be because of this whole thing. Okay, so now let me give you what I think about this whole situation right here. Like I said before, about what Gladys did, putting this whole thing together. And then she also got her cousin involved. Now, she says she was trying to save Cassie from the downward spiral. But, I can understand that, but still not the right way to do it. Okay? Not very good. Not a very good way to do things. And I think it is to me, it is understandable that, Cassie and Gladys are friends. Because, some time has passed, and this is the reunion show. And so, of course, but Cassie, you have to understand that, she is going to have to watch her back a little bit and be wary of Gladys, because, the old saying, once a backstabber, always a backstabber. But I am not saying that Gladys is a horrible person. I mean, she did have good intentions in her own way. So, that's all I have to say about that. Okay, this story right here is the story of Lauren and Derek. We got lucky on this one, because this right here is the only story that has a true happy ending in this season of Catfish. Because as you all saw, earlier in the show, Derek turned out to be the real Derek Deal. He was the guy in the picture, and he was telling the truth, okay? And that's good, And right here we do have a very good happy ending. Okay, and in fact, Lauren and Derek, I think they're going to be moving in together, Yeah, because even though they live in different cities, they've been flying back and forth. And everything, it looks to me like everything is turning out real good here. And I'm happy for them, As strange as that sounds. I mean, this is very rare, not only on Catfish the TV show, but also in my universe, A smooth ending, like this. And it's rather nice to, have these every once in a while. So congratulations to Lauren and Derek. The only success the only success story to come out of Catfish, the TV show. Okay, very good. And by the way, Lauren and Derek were joined. Yeah, Lauren and Derek were only able to come by, via satellite. This is some very advanced stuff here. Very good, Pak. Okay, now let's talk about the story of Anthony and Mark. And we all know that this is a story where war veteran, Anthony, who had served in Iraq, went through a whole bunch of hell. He met a guy online who said that he was Mark. But here, there was a whole bunch of red flags, okay? Now, he said that he was, because when he went to go meet Mark, at a place where they had agreed to meet at, Anthony showed up, but Mark didn't, and that is when Mark came up with the story, and he said that he was carjacked and run over by the car, and he also sent him a picture of the hand. I mean, Mark is supposed to be African American in his other pictures, right? But the picture that he sent him of his hand, being in a cast, it was a white hand. Oh, come on. I mean, even to this day, even though some time had expired, yeah, I'm still distressed at this story, and wow. And I'm still taken aback by this, And then, so that is why Anthony called in the investigating, Catfish team of Nev and Max. Oh, I still can't even get that name right. But anyways, yeah, Nev and Max came in, they did their thing, and that's when we found out that Mark is really Framel or Framel. Yeah, so I mean, and this situation right here, this story, if you will, is just way too many lies. I mean, wow, just so many lies. I mean, it's one thing to tell one lie, then two lies. Okay, you want to add a third lie to it, okay. I mean, even that wouldn't make someone a liar, but in this story right here, lie after lie after lie, a whole lot of lies, a mountain range of lies, a train of lies, just lie, 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 just so many lies. I mean, he lied about this, he lied about that. I mean, just, sitting up there and concocting all of these BS stories. I mean, yeah, after watching this episode, his episode, Framel, I think that Framel really should have taken a look at himself in the mirror. Yeah, he really should have. And, and just find out, just exactly what kind of person is he. And, because in my opinion, and obviously the opinions of the rest of the fans of this show, I think Framel would have been better off telling the truth, because I'm looking at him and I can see that there really is no reason to lie. I mean, he didn't just tell one lie, he told a whole bunch of lies, and he didn't just put up another picture of another person and pretended to be that person, but all these stories that he kept on concocting, about being run over by the car, and the picture that he sent of his hand, which was supposedly his hand in a car accident. And that picture was lame, guys. I mean, not even lame, more like sad. I mean, even I could have done a better job than that. I mean, damn. If you're gonna lie and make up a story, at least, come up with a good story. I mean, I'm just thinking, couldn't he have? I mean, he went online, right, to find a picture of a hand in a cast. He couldn't find a black hand in a cast. I mean, come on, Fremmel. You can do a little better than that, can you? Jeez. But anyways, despite all of that, I really wish the best for both of them, okay? That's right. I really wish the best for both of them. And even Fremmel, because he said that he had insecurities about himself, and he didn't like his image and all that. That's why he pretended to be someone else online. But that right there, him saying that, it just sounds to me like a broken record. Because there's a lot of people doing that, They don't like their appearance, they don't like who they are, so they pretend to be someone else just to make themselves feel better. And trust me, guys, doing that is not going to help the situation. Okay, so let's move on to the next story. Okay, Jen and Skylar. I trust all you fans remember this story of Jen and Skylar. Jen met a guy in an animated chat room, and she really, fell for this guy, and so that's why she called in Nev and Max. You know the story. They came in, they did their thing, and found out that Skylar was really Brian, and he wasn't the guy in the picture, and he didn't even have feelings for, Jen. And that is when Nev and Max just really went off. And you all saw the episode, Wow. Yeah, you all know about what happened. Nev and Max were saying the F word, and being all pissed off and stuff, Was I surprised by the reaction of Nev and Max? Yeah, I was kind of surprised by the reaction, but I was not bothered by it. I mean, in my opinion, Nev and Max reacted, naturally. And I think they were very professional. I mean, despite their reaction to the whole situation, they did their job and they did it well. So, and there's nothing wrong with getting emotionally involved. Okay, well, and as you all saw, Jen was joined, via satellite. And it seems like Jen is doing pretty much okay. She graduated high school, and she's getting into some other good stuff, and which is very good. But we don't know the status of Brian. But then again, I guess Nev and Max really don't care about Brian. I'm sorry, no, I'm just playing. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Okay, let's move on to the next story. The story of Mike and Christian. Okay, as you saw on the show, Mike and Christian lived about an hour away from each other, in the same state, obviously. But Christian didn't want to meet Mike, well, at least not yet, because of her car accident that she was involved in, and a car accident that cost her her left eye. I mean, you all watched the show, you know the situation. So Christian, she pretended to be someone else, and yeah, she told a few lies and fabricated a few stories. But I still sympathize with her situation because that car accident really injured her in more ways than one, most definitely costing her her left eye. And of course, Nev and Max had to get involved and do some really heavy digging. Okay. And that's when everything, was revealed. Okay, now Christian, it is in a relationship because, after the show, after her episode aired, obviously, I think a guy contacted her and they started talking, and then that's when they started dating, and they're dating now ever since. Mike, of course, is still single, but he seems to be doing okay. Now, Christian, I will have to say I feel sorry for her. I know that she lied and she deceived Mike, and it was also mentioned on this reunion show that they did exchange some, provocative pictures of each other. But actually, Christian didn't send her pictures to Mike. She sent someone else's pictures, to Mike. Okay, so I guess there's no need to go there, huh? But yeah, for Christian, but back on a serious note though, Christian, I really do feel sorry for her, and I hope that, she will not give up. She's gonna keep on striving, for good things, okay? And Mike is gonna be okay too. I'm happy for him, okay? Okay, out of all the stories on this show, on this season so far, out of all the people who have been catfished and victimized, by this whole catfishing thing, I have to have the most sympathy for Ramon. I mean, damn. This is the first time ever that, actual money was exchanged, as Pak, put it. Because I know that you all watched the show. You know the story of Ramon and Paola. Loida pretended to be Paola, and Ramon fell for the person that Loida pretended to be, and and he fell hard, and I mean hardcore. Hot damn. And of course, Loida, she tried to reveal herself to Ramon, about 3 times. And then she went back to her original story, kept saying, oh, this is a test, this is a joke, and all that. Because Ramon started crying and all that. And like 3 times he went back. And after spending a whole lot of money on her, about from $2,000 to $3,000, Ramon had sent to, Paola, quote unquote Paola. Ramon, what in the world are you thinking? Yeah, it makes you want to smack Ramon upside the head, huh? I mean, damn. and because of, the 3 times that Loida, kept going back on her story, and that is why Ramon had to call in Nev and Max to do their, investigating thing. And that's when everything was revealed, Loida had pretended to be Paola, and she told a whole bunch of lies to Ramon. And I gotta tell you, even to this day, I still feel bad for Ramon, and I think Ramon is going to go down in history as the biggest victim of catfishing, simply because, he spent a whole lot of money on her. $3,000, Wow, that's really something. But Loida is starting to pay Ramon back. Been sending demand payments, and that's good. And then maybe Ramon will be able to get that car that he needs, huh? Because I remember back on the show, during the episode of Ramon and Paola, Neve was like, "Geez, man, you could have had a car by now." My sentiments exactly. I mean, my God, this kid really fell hard for that girl. And it's too bad that everything turned out to be a lie. But I'm not mad at Ramon, okay? I mean, Ramon is a very young guy, I mean, they never said his age, so I'm guessing he's probably about maybe from 19 to 24 years old. Yeah, real young guy, And I think it's the young guys that are really falling hard for this. Yeah, I think really it's really hard for all the young guys out there, because it's not the first time we see 18-year-old kids falling hard for the pretty face and the slim athletic body. But when it happens on the internet, and then it's revealed to be someone like Leota, and I'm thinking, oh, hot damn. And even though Loida, didn't say why she did this, but I'm guessing it's the same reason for the others, She doesn't like her appearance. She doesn't like the way she looks. So she pretended to be someone else to get some attention. But in this case, she got a little more than attention. She also got gifts. She also got her bills paid, and she also got money. Oh boy. Okay, so this situation right here, I just really feel like now, looking forward, I hope that Ramon will be more wiser about the ways of life, and not to mention the internet. You got to be careful out there, kid. You got to be real careful out there. Be careful in the real world and on the internet. And don't send anybody money. Don't let anybody borrow money. Okay? Yeah, so save your money for your rainy days, okay, Ramon? And Loida, I wish you the best of luck. Yeah, I wish Loida, the best of luck. Hope things get better for her, and I hope she realizes that, looks are not everything. Okay. Okay, Suchin Pak. I hope I pronounced her name right. She calls them the Catfish Investigating Team. Nev and Max, okay? Now, this reunion show was pretty good, Yes, that's right, it's called the Mid-Season Reunion Show. I think it was very good, very insightful. Job well done. And they also took some questions, from the audience, which is real good. And I would like to give you my thoughts and feelings on just 3 of those questions, one girl from the audience, she asked, despite the popularity of the show, Catfish, the TV show, why do people keep getting catfished? Well, my take on it is this, you saw the first season of Catfish. I saw it. Everyone else obviously saw it. And now we're in season 2, halfway. And I will tell you, Catfish, the TV show, is a real gigantic hit. Okay? I mean, it is doing great. Almost the whole planet is watching it. And people are starting to get wise. But unfortunately, there are some of those who are not getting so wise, okay? I feel like it's just like, Max said at the beginning of the show. I mean, people who are doing this, pretending to be someone else, to wield, someone else into an online relationship, just like Max said, they're upping their game. They're trying out new strategies, coming up with outrageous stories, just like Framel did. So I think, that answers the question of why people are continuing to get catfished despite the success of the show. Because there are a lot of, outrageous people out there, coming up with all these BS stories and stuff. And also because we all know that everyone wants to find love. Hell, even I want to find love, no matter where, whether it's in the real world or even on the internet, And of course, on the internet, you can be almost anybody you want to be. And there are a lot of people out there who are single, they want love, but unfortunately, they just don't know where to find, real true love, and unfortunately, they're going on the internet. Okay, so I hope that answers that question. Okay, another girl in the audience, she asked about the relationship / friendship of Nev and Max. She asked, do they fight a lot? That's a good question, because you all know that I watch the show, right? Of course, obviously, and I also watch, MTV.com. Yeah, I actually, try to bear through that, only because of technical problems. Yeah, I have seen the extra scenes of, Catfish, the TV show, and the partnership of Nev and Max. Well, I think it's, very complex and very, very insightful. And I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I really feel that, Nev and Max, they get along for the most part. But do they fight? Oh, yes. I saw, on MTV.com, they did get into an argument. And, it was simply about, how to go about doing the job, and, that Max likes to jump in with his input, telling Nev, you should have did this, you should have did that. And then Nev, he starts to, get a little, riled up and, start snapping at Max, I mean, all partners go through that, I watch a lot of shows, and you all watch a lot of reality shows, and, simply, some stuff about the job, they argue about. But all in all, I think, this is a pretty good, Catfish investigating team. Now, if you watch, the other episodes of Catfish, the review, I like to call them the online PI team, because, I think it fits. Has a nice ring to it, But Pak here calls them the Catfish investigating team, which is real good. Okay, that name works too. Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is that, they're human beings, Nev and Max, they're human, and this job right here, you have to understand, they're going from city to city, to film this show and try to help people who are in online relationships. And MTV, is the network. They're flipping the bill for almost everything. Their rental cars, their private jets, their flights and all that. I mean, yeah, they may disagree on a few things, but when it really comes down to it, Nev and Max, they get to the grindstone and they get their stuff done. And as you have seen throughout this whole show, Nev and Max, they do epic jobs here, and I think they work well together. Yeah, they disagree on some things, and yeah, they do butt heads. But when it comes down to it, you know, they're a great team. Okay. And then another girl asked, you know, from the audience, you know, is there more to come on Catfish, the TV show? Absolutely. You know, oh yeah. There's going to be a lot more to come from, you know, Catfish, the TV show. A lot more outrageous stories. A lot more crazy stories, you know. Because, you know, because we have been watching, you know, this whole second season, and we've seen someone get engaged over the internet. We've seen people send other people money over the internet, you know, for that guy or that girl that they're trying to get with online. And then, but when Nev and Max go in there, they do their thing, and boom, the hard truth is revealed. So there's definitely a lot more to come from, you know, Catfish, the TV show. And, you know, I am following each episode of Catfish, the TV show, for the second season. And I gotta tell you, this process is not easy, because as you have seen in the beginning of each installment of Catfish, the review, I do go to mtv.com for information. You know, I also go to yahoo.com for information. You know, I have to do research, you know, get the materials to put this all together. And I'll tell you, this is really hard. I mean, it is really a struggle, because there's a lot of technical problems. You know, my computer freezes a lot, you know, and basically because of, you know, mtv.com, it's really not that good. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to disrespect or insult, you know, any of the MTV fans out there, but I gotta tell you, mtv.com has a lot of issues. So it's not easy. And also I have some, you know, some deep stuff that's going on in the real world that I have to deal with. You know, going through all that. And so yeah, this is a lot of hard work. But you know what? I feel like all of this hard work is worth it, because I'm doing it for the fans. Yeah, all this struggle, all these problems, you know, it's worth it, because I'm doing it for the fans. I'm doing it for all of you out there, for all the fans of Catfish, the TV show, and all my Jaguars out there. I'm doing it for you, okay? And I gotta say right now, I really appreciate everybody who is watching Catfish, the TV show, on MTV. It comes on 8 o'clock. And I also gotta say thank you to all the people who is watching this series right here, Catfish, the review, on YouTube. I really appreciate that, Jaguars and fans of Catfish, the TV show, because the response and the success of this series right here is so mother effing epic. OMG. I mean, this series on YouTube is turning into a hit, and it is really contributing to the channel, you know, Ralph Jaguar 1. I mean, it is a tremendous response that I'm getting here. And I mean, it is helping, you know, my YouTube channel in more ways than one. And I cannot thank you guys enough. Absolutely. You know, Nev and Max, they thank all the people who are watching the show. And I'm thanking all of you who are watching this series right here on YouTube. You know, you guys are coming in, you're watching every episode, every installment, and you're leaving me comments about the episodes. Okay, well, only one of them were negative, but that's all right though, because other people are coming in and they're leaving in lots of comments. They're following this series, and I really do appreciate that. You know, thank you. And I want you to continue to watch this series, okay? Because I will be back next week reviewing the newest episode of Catfish, the TV show, for the second season. And I'm going to do it for you, okay? And I'm going to get it up on YouTube as soon as possible. So until then, peace out. Till later.